The most popular question that I get from my students will be, which gas do I test for when I am doing an experiment in the lab for qualitative analysis exam? So if you look at the qualitative analysis note which will be provided to you during the exam, table number 3, they listed down the four most common gases which will be produced in qualitative analysis: ammonia, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, and oxygen. There are four of them. To save time, how do I know which gas will be formed during the experiment? So I listed down the reactions which will produce these four gases. The first one will be metals with acid. So if you are provided with a metal like magnesium or zinc powder or iron powder, and you are asked to add it to an unknown solution, and you observe effervescence, so the gas will be produced will be hydrogen gas. So if we look at this slide, for example, we are adding magnesium ribbon to two unknown sample. One is Fa6, the other is Fa7. If you look at the left one with Fa6, there's no effervescence, no fizzing. But the one on the right hand side, this is a magnesium ribbon. You can see production of gas, the bubbles, the fizzing. So this is what we often write as effervescence in our answer. So the gas will be hydrogen gas. So please test the gas with a lighted splint, and it will pop with the lighted splint. But the second one would be also a reaction with acid, which is by using carbonate salt with acid. Carbon dioxide will be produced because carbonates will react with acid to form carbon dioxide. So I have another example from past paper. This is FB10. Adding sodium carbonate to FB10, you can see the bubbles of gas being formed. So again, we write it as effervescence. So you see, sodium carbonate added to an unknown sample, you see effervescence. So that is carbon dioxide gas. So please test the gas with lime water. It will give what precipitate with lime water. So what other reactions which will produce these gases? The third one will be heating carbonate. So some carbonates with small cation like copper 2, like zinc 2, like group 2 uh, carbonates, they decompose upon heating to produce carbon dioxide. The fourth one, ammonium salt, if added sodium hydroxide and heats the mixture, ammonia gas will be produced. So refer to the qualitative analysis note on how to identify the gas if you cannot remember this test. So the fifth one will be nitrates. Okay, nitrates, if heated with sodium hydroxide and aluminium foil to form ammonia. Number 6, 7, and 8 will be production of oxygen. So what type of reactions can produce oxygen? Reactions involving hydrogen peroxide. So if hydrogen peroxide is given to you in the exam and it is used, and if the positive result is observed, oxygen will be produced as one of the products. So if you see bubbling, effervescence, so test the gas with a glowing splint, and the glowing splint will be relighted. Solid oxides also will produce oxygen, because in oxides the anion will be oxide ion. So heating it could oxidize the oxide to oxygen. Now another compound that is recently quite popular, which is solid potassium manganate 7. Okay, heating solid potassium manganate 7 will also produce oxygen. So remember these reactions, and also the gas which were produced by each reaction, so that when you encounter them in the exam, okay, you can shortlist the gases that you want to test, and not by taking a lot of time going through all four test for four different gases.